So, here in the United States, it's almost Thanksgiving. Time for us to count our blessings and share with others all the things that we're thankful for, whether we feel it or not. So, have you ever sat around a Thanksgiving table and been asked to share something that you're grateful for? Or maybe you were the person asking everyone to do so. And what's wrong with that? I mean, it's not like we can have too much gratitude, right? Or can we? The thing is, in our culture, it seems like we've kind of made gratitude its own religion. I mean, we have gratitude journals, there's a gratitude campaign, and everyone, including Oprah, exhorts us to have an attitude of gratitude. The problem is, we've made gratitude a goal, something to be achieved, rather than the natural acknowledgement that what we value has been realized. And so we can wind up with a very shallow or inauthentic gratitude. One of my concerns in all this is that I'm afraid it's given all of us the message that we're not allowed to say when things aren't great. This summer I worked as a chaplain in a hospital. I'd go in to see patients and, some of these folks were going through some pretty rough times. I'd go in and see them and we'd talk about why they were there. I'd ask, so, how are you doing? And so much of the time, they'd say, fine, I'm fine. Because that's what we're supposed to say, whether we mean it or not. And I'd say, really? Then, sometimes we could talk about their fears, anger, grief, which is good because all of those things have a lot more power when they're inside. When we go ahead and voice them, they cease to have that power. Some folks, though, they would stand firm and they'd say, no, I'm fine. I have gratitude, for everything in my life. There's folks in this hospital a lot worse off than me. On these people, I'd break out 2 magic words. Now, I warn you, if you have a friend who's going through something rough, these are powerful words. Use them wisely. I had one patient. She had a lot of bad stuff going on. But she absolutely was firm. No, I'm fine. I have faith in God. I have gratitude for everything that is in my life. I'm going to be just fine. So I broke out the magic words. I said, that's great. I think that's wonderful. But you do know it's okay to take 5 minutes and say, this stinks. And she looked at me and she repeated my words. This stinks. And then she started to cry. And for a few minutes, we were able to talk about all those things, those fears, doubt, anger that she had inside. And then she kicked me out of her room for making her cry. Which is okay. That was her right. Our culture says No whining. Always look for the silver lining in everything. Somewhere along the way, with the best of intentions, in our worship of gratitude, we have given the message that we must be grateful. At all times and in all ways, you must go forth and live and preach the gospel of gratitude. And in doing that, we've elevated denial to the level of a sacrament in this new religion. Now, if you personally, authentically, have found meaning in some of the hard circumstances that you've gone through, that's wonderful. I have myself. The problem is when we make it a requirement, when we try to tell someone else what they should be grateful for. I mean, give me an amen if you have ever been going through something rough and had someone try to give you perspective, tell you what you should be grateful for. You know, you're really lucky because... The thing is, perspective is what you see. No one can give you perspective. You have to see it from your eyes. It's too easy to move gratitude for crumbs into the feeling that all we deserve are crumbs. When we see someone struggling, it's natural to want to make it right. And when we can't make it right, we sometimes try to make it less than what it is. We try to help them see the bright side. Maybe what they really need is for someone to just sit beside them while they face reality, yet grateful for a loyal friend.